Hello guys, Ace here from New Jersey, and today you get to audio only take a look, well not really look, just listen to top decks for Worlds. Now, I don't have any cards with me in New Jersey, so I'm just going to be talking about it the whole time. So, let's just take a look at the top 4 decks that won Nationals in the Masters Division. First place was a big basics deck. That's just Landorus, Raichu, Garbodor, and Mewtwo EX. Big strategy is basically just Landorus EX is definitely your main attacker. For 1 fighting energy, you can do 30 damage and 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for just 1 fighting energy, which might not seem like much, but when you add Muscle Band and Hypnotoxic Laser and Verbang and stuff like that. Let's see. So, Landorus, so its first attack, start with 30. Then Muscle Band adds 50. Then Laser with Verbang, 80. 80 damage right off the beginning can really disrupt some setup in the beginning of the game. Like, it can disrupt some Pyroar setup. You can like use Catcher or Lysander up your opponent's Litleo or something. Just get rid of Pyroars as fast as you can. So and it also runs Mewtwo just because it's a splashable card. It's excellent. And it runs Raichu to get rid of Pyroars. And also runs Garbodor to get rid of Pyroar, but Raichu can get rid of Yveltals too. So definitely won Nationals for good reason. It's definitely an excellent deck. Second place was a Pyroar deck. Pretty self-explanatory. Just use Pyroar to block out just about anything, really. Pyroar just stops almost anything this format except for like Raichu's, but Garbodor kind of disrupts it because of its ability. Garbodor's ability is that no abilities work if it has a tool attached to it except for its own ability. So that kind of sucks for Pyroar, but it has ways to get around it. For example, the deck runs 1 Charizard EX. The good one was like that 1 attack, I don't remember what it was, but it was for 2 fire energy, 2 colorless energy, does 150 damage. So with Muscle Band, that's 170, so that can take out a lot of EXs. Plus with Blacksmith, you can just get energies on Charizard on turn 1, as a matter of fact, so you can deal lots of damage right from the start. So Charizard is definitely a good optional attacker to get rid of a lot of things, really. The variant of the deck, the Pyroar deck that came second in Nationals, ran 1 Charizard EX. I don't even remember what the name of the attack was, but it doesn't really matter. Third place in Nationals was an Yveltal Garbodor deck. It's the deck I'm running right now. Pretty self-explanatory as well. Yveltal's first attack is Evil Ball, which does 20 damage plus 20 more for each energy attached to this Pokemon, defending Pokemon, so kind of like Mewtwo. The only problem with that is that it requires a Darkness energy and a Colorless energy, so you can't just be splashable like Mewtwo is. But it's still better than Mewtwo if you use a Darkness deck. The variant that did this did have an Absol. No, it's a good Absol. And it also ran a Sableye. Sableye is excellent in this format. Too bad it'll be rotated out like Dark Patch. Yveltal won't be quite as good next format because it loses Dark Patch, but with small Yveltal, it'll be okay. So yeah, the idea of Yveltal Garbodor is just to build up Yveltal as much as you can and just deal big damage. And fourth place Nationals was a Plasma deck. Ran Thundurus EX, Genesect EX was sort of an optional attacker. So the main Pokemon was Thundurus and Deoxys EX, and Thundurus EX was definitely the main Pokemon, just because first attack, 30 damage, 1 lightning energy, plus you can attach an energy to one of your bench Team Plasma Pokemon. So that's definitely awesome. And so that's pretty good, but if you have Deoxys on the bench, you can just add more damage to it. 10 more for each Deoxys you have on the bench. Deoxys' ability is Helix Force, and that means all your Team Plasma Pokemon other than Deoxys EX do 10 more damage, which is pretty awesome. So you have to have 3 or 4 in a stack, so it's not just 1 if you have like 3 on the bench. Thundurus, his EX's Ride Knuckle does 60 instead of 30, and you can help set up stuff on the bench for just 1 energy, so that's pretty incredible. And also you can use Muscle Band and Hypnotoxic Laser Verbang just like a lot of other decks use. and it becomes an absolute force. That's the main concept. Genesect was teched into that deck because it can get rid of other things that has a wrong time with. It doesn't actually run Lugia like most plasma decks do, but that's okay because it managed to do 4th in National, so obviously it worked pretty well. Well, so now let's take a look, well, not really look, but you know what I mean. Let's talk about some other decks that will pop up with Worlds. First one that comes to mind is definitely Yveltal Raichu. It's similar to Yveltal Garbodor, but instead of Garbodor, it runs Raichu. I used to run Yveltal, Garbodor, and Raichu all in the same deck, but that didn't go so well. Too much setup. So most variants of Yveltal only run Garbodor or Raichu, not both. So Yveltal Raichu just has an optional attacker that can actually attack instead of just use an ability to shut down Pyroar. It also just does a lot. Like Raichu can shut down other Yveltals in mirror matches, so that's always handy. So yeah, that might show up a few times. I'm sure it'll do okay. Another deck is Charizard. Not Mega Charizard, just the Charizard that I was talking about that was used in Pyroar. The one that can deal a lot of damage really fast. Like, if you have the right cards, you can do 170 damage on turn 1, which is really amazing. Like with Hypnotoxic Laser, you can literally one-shot any EX. So that is definitely amazing. So you can see why that kind of thing would pop up in Nationals right off the bat. I mean, there's not a whole lot that can stop it. I mean, Pyroar can stop it, but Charizard has ways to get around it, I'm sure. What else? Oh yeah, there was this one deck became 2nd in Seniors at Nationals, Miltank and Empoleon. It was definitely a very unique concept for a deck. So let's talk about it a little bit. Miltank, not many people are familiar with this deck, so I'll just talk about it a little bit. Miltank's first attack just does, for 1 energy of any kind, you just do 10 damage. But if you have any stage 2s on your bench, it does 90 damage instead. So that's, wow, that's just huge right there. For 1 energy, you can do 90 damage. Just think about that. And it was also teched in with Empoleon. More people are familiar with Empoleon. It's stage 2, but it has an attack for 1 water energy. Its attack command does 10 damage times the number of Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent. So if both players have 6 Pokemon in play, it does 120 damage. So 2 powerful attackers that work together well. For just 1 energy, you can attack massively. And it worked very well in Nationals. It became 2nd for Seniors. Okay, let's see. What else is there to go over? Not much, actually. Oh, and Keldeo Blastoise. Keldeo Blastoise hasn't been doing as well lately. It's not as good of a deck as it used to be, but it still might show up a few times. I mean, it's still a good deck if you have the right cards for it. So, it still works. Like, Blastoise's ability just works really well with Keldeo. You can just stack up lots and lots and lots of water energy and just deal lots and lots of damage over and over again. More damage energy you have, the more powerful your attack is, just like Mewtwo. But Mewtwo somehow works a little better just because other opponents' energies can also just shut it down. Just like that. So, yeah. That's all there really is to cover. I'm not actually sure when Worlds is, but I think it was like the first weekend of August. So, yeah. If anyone here is going to Worlds, good luck. Best of luck to all of you. Hope you do great. And see you guys later.